Hey, it is your Monday lunch break. You know what that means. This is Panthers 360 right here on our WPTV YouTube page. And we will be joined right now by Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. We're talking about Cats, talking all things South Florida. Tim, thank you so much. You're a busy guy writing for the Associated Press. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Oh, there's nothing going on. Just the Canes have a home game next Monday. I don't know if you've heard. Let's see. There's that Stanley Cup winner up in Sunrise. There's a heat season going on. Messi starts camp this week. Other than that, nothing is happening.
Yeah, a busy guy you are, no doubt. Let's narrow it down to our Florida Panthers. And we wish the storyline all season was the quest for a three-peat. Everybody healthy, but it is not. Another day, another injury report, and we're kind of looking for the return of Matthew Tkachuk. Brad Marchand also missed his second straight game over the weekend. Seth Jones now injured as well. What is your take on the current state of the Florida Panthers as we're getting closer and closer to that Olympic break right now and still trying to stay in that playoff hunt?
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, they've done an incredible job of hanging on. This is, there was a time 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 years ago where hanging on would be cause for celebration in South Florida. And obviously now the goals are a bit higher. I mean, the fact that you can get through the first, half, and now we're into the second half of the season with no points from Alexander Barkov, no points from Matthew Tkachuk. You haven't had Dmitry Kulikov. You've missed so many key guys. Thomas Nosek was so good in the playoff run last year. You haven't had him all year. The fact that they're still in the race is really it's admirable. And I know everybody's eager to get Matthew Tkachuk back. I know they're eager to get Brad Marchand back. I know the sight of seeing Alexander Barkov on skates at the Winter Classic meant, oh my gosh, is he coming back anytime soon? My advice to Panther fans is just hang in there. It's getting close. I don't think Matthew Tkachuk is going to play tonight. I know Jamison Olive reported from the morning skate in Buffalo that he and Brad Marchand were on the ice, not in any lines. Typically, that means, yes, they could be plugged in if something happens in the next few hours. But I think for the most part, it's safe to assume that you'll see them maybe later in the trip. One thing to remember about this trip, it is a 6-game road trip, but it's not. It's a 4 and a 2. The Panthers are coming home. So there's a chance you see Matthew Tkachuk and Brad Marchand at some point in the back-to-back. Would they start Matthew Tkachuk in a back-to-back? Carolina and Washington, 2 pretty daunting road environments. Would they play him in both of those? I think you're getting close. I would expect, I have no knowledge yet. I would expect to see Matthew Tkachuk in one of those games this weekend, but I'm guessing like everybody else.
Yeah, we were having pipe dreams of a Tkachuk Bowl there in Ottawa on Saturday, but we're waiting.
We don't want that. Brady likes to fight his brother. We don't want that.
Speaking of the Tkachuk brothers, boy, they're going to be on Team USA. And in all right now, boy, we are just weeks away from the 2026 Winter Games in Milan. 10 Florida Panthers now, with Vomanis making his debut. He's officially on the team. He'll be on Team Latvia, playing for his respective country. Your thoughts on the Olympic team? As an AP writer, one of the biggest stories here has been the construction of the arena that will be used in Milan. Have you heard any insight on how that's going? I mean, it seems, I don't know if we get daily updates, but at least a little insight. Will everything be ready to go, hopefully, for our NHL players to make their way to Milan?
Yeah, I think now it's time to start getting really worried. Honestly, I don't want to make that sound too alarmist, and I realize we're saying really worried is pretty alarmist, but it'll be my 13th Olympics, and my third Olympics was the Turin Games in Italy in 2006. I can tell you 20 years ago, they were painting what needed to be painted and hanging wallpaper and putting up doorknobs and all the last minute touches literally the day of the opening ceremony.
Wow.
I don't want to say it's an Italy thing, but they've been in this position before. Now, the venues were built in 2006. That's what's scary. The ice surface questions, that one doesn't bother me too much. You're losing a very small amount of square footage on the ice. I get it. I think it might lead to some weird bounces. If it is a smaller area behind the net than usual, it could get some weird caroms maybe. I don't think it'll affect play too much. What will affect play is this. Is the ice any good? The early reports on the ice from last week was that it's not in great shape yet. It is going to be a scramble, and I know the NHL is, I'm sure, monitoring this every hour. The teams are going to be concerned. The people that I have talked to from other sports, I am not going to be in Milan. I'm going to be in Cortina covering the sliding events. I do know that some of the ice makers that were brought in to get the Cortina track right, they are now being utilized for their expertise in how do you get the ice right at other venues. And I would assume that means hockey as well. So I know they're doing all they can. It's a month away, but it's not. I mean, you need to have it ready sooner than later. I do know that I think they're working around the clock at a whole ton of venues. Look, the guys want to go. Matthew Tkachuk and USA Hockey want to go. It has been one of the many, many inspirations for Matthew during this rehab process. Everybody wants to see this happen. I think they're going to find a way to get it done, even if the NHL has to send in crews and try to help on their own just to get everything finished. They'll find a way, but I'm starting to get very, very nervous, just like I think a lot of people are.
We are looking at that silver lining, though. Good to hear that the crews in Cortina, at least some of them coming. That's about a 4-hour span, right? A 4-hour journey from Cortina to Milan.
At least, yeah. It's a haul. But at the same time, even if they're just being used in a remote capacity for expertise, maybe that's it. Like, I mean, the issue isn't going to be getting ice down. The issue is going to be finishing the building. And they are just flatly just running out of days. And this is whether NHL players go or not. The women's tournament's going to be phenomenal. Like you need. This is supposed to be best of the best. Brad Marchand has won 2 Stanley Cups and has played in 1,000 games and done all the wonderful things. This is his one bite of the Olympic apple. He knows that. You want this to, and not just for the Brad Marsh, for anybody who goes, you want the Olympics to be perfect. It just means so much to the winter sports athletes. Yes, hockey's in the news all the time. They don't need this once every 4 years spectacle to be, to get noticed. They get noticed everything they do. The smaller sport athletes, the biathletes, the curling athletes, the ski jumpers. This is what they do everything for, and you want it to be perfect. There's a lot of questions right now about a lot of venues. Let's all hope that they get everything answered by the opening ceremony on the 6th.
Oh, we will be closely watching, Tim, and we are blessed. Panthers 360 crew, myself and teammate Megan McRoberts, we're going to be in Milan covering the Panthers, their journey in Milan, kind of behind the scenes, not actually at the games. With your Olympic experience, what are you most looking forward to this Olympics? Is there something every time you look forward to, or is it all new this year, what you're going to be really, really excited for in Italy?
Well, I'm curious to see how this is a multi-city Olympics. Now, you always have some Olympics where they're spread out a bit. I don't remember one that's spread out quite like this one. It's almost like 2 separate Olympics between Cortina and Milan. And then there are other clusters outside of Cortina as well, some of them several hours from there, where people will be competing. So you won't get that true feel of everybody gathering in the Olympic Stadium on that Friday night when it's always freezing for an opening ceremony. It's either freezing where my laptop kept turning off in Beijing, or it's soaked where I'm working under a tarp at the Eiffel Tower in Paris during a downpour during the last Olympic ceremony. The weather always finds a way to interfere with an opening, but it's nice when everybody's all together, and you're not going to have that at these Olympics. So I'm curious how that's going to work. But above all else, what I am looking forward to, besides seeing the Florida Panthers on literally every team at the Olympics, it seems like, is it appropriate if I say I'm looking forward to pizza and red wine and probably quite a bit of the red wine, because it's important to stay warm at an Olympics. You're going to find that out quickly out there.
Tim, I am trying to diet right now to look forward to that Italian food, but
I tried it once. It didn't work out for me. I'm going right now. We're going all in.
Listen, Tim, I know you're busy, folks at home and our YouTube channel here on WPTV News. If you haven't read Tim's articles with the AP, please do so today. Give him a follow and follow that Olympic coverage as he's getting ready for Milan and Cortina as well. And Florida Panthers, let's hope they can right the ship and listen, stay in that playoff hunt. We'll see Kachuk soon. Tim, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, sir. And listen, you can watch Panthers 360 every Wednesday night at 7:30, but this is Monday, our 12:15 analyst interview. You can see that every Monday as well on your lunch break. Listen, get your comments in. We'll reply to all of them. I want to thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day, folks. We'll see you.